In a sports match, players rely on a referee to make sure that everyone plays by the rules and maintains the fairness, standards, and sportsmanship of the game. A referee's authority keeps players in check. Referees may also need to step in and make a call for the game to continue. In some ways, serving as a mediator to employee conflicts is similar to being a referee. You're the go-between, facilitator, or bridge between people. You provide structure, make sure everyone conducts themselves appropriately, and maintain a respectful, fair, and constructive environment to resolve issues. But how do you do that? What's involved in mediating conflicts or arguments between employees? Here, we'll share 6 steps you can take to guide the mediation process between feuding employees. First, you need to set ground rules. These are the shared rules for conversation. Suggest a few basic ground rules and invite employees to brainstorm some ground rules of their own. For example, ground rules might include treating each other with respect, allowing each person to speak without interruption, and avoiding name-calling. Agree on your final ground rules and get a verbal commitment from each party to adhere to them before you start. Second, ask both parties to share their experience and interpretation of events. Take turns between sharing and listening. Give equal speaking time to each party and encourage the person who's speaking to focus on describing behaviors and situations instead of personality or character traits. Also, ask each party to avoid accusing the other person of wrongdoing. A better approach is to describe the impact that the behavior or situation had on them. Another tip for this step is try a paraphrasing exercise. After each person is finished sharing their experience, ask the other party to summarize what that person has said. Then ask, "Am I hearing you correctly?" This is a great exercise to practice active listening and ensure that each party feels heard. The third step is to get specific and define the problem. Ask each party to summarize what they think the root of the problem or disagreement is in 1 to 2 sentences. This step is important to bring clarity and succinctness to the issue you need to solve. You can also add in your own observations if employees are struggling. After that, you can move on to the 4th step, which is to identify interests. In other words, what does each party want or need for resolution? What kind of change or action are they looking for, and why? It's critical to distinguish the difference between an interest and a position in this step. A position is a specific stance, such as, "I need you to lower your voice on customer phone calls." An interest is why a person is taking that stance. For example, "I need a quiet workspace to focus." Help employees communicate interests by asking, "Why is that important to you?" Or, "What do you hope that will accomplish?" Understanding each party's interests is a powerful tool to transition to the 5th step, which is to brainstorm solutions. Ask employees to brainstorm as many potential solutions as they can. Have employees refrain from judging or objecting to solutions in this step. Focus on getting as many options on the board as possible. It's just a brain dump. Don't forget to volunteer your own ideas too. Finally, once you can't think of any other options, then you can move on to reach an agreement. Review the options you've come up with and start by eliminating options that either person deems unacceptable. Evaluate the remaining ideas and ask each party to rank them in order from most ideal to least ideal. Talk about what issues are most important to each other and why. Find the option that's the best compromise and that everyone can get on board with. The most important part of mediating conflict is to allow each person to share their perspective. That will help you to create an environment in which problems are dissected and solutions are discussed both constructively and respectfully. Follow these 6 steps to equip employees with the structure and guidance they need to move from conflict to resolution successfully.